cannot believe some of the nerve of some people that use this guitar as some sort of platform of superiority. You know, some sort of idea in their mind that somehow if they have this guitar, they're better than you. And I mean, you know, just not only the guitar, just people in general that do that. Like I may have like a purebred dog, and I see your dog that's a rescue, and I go, "Look at me, I'm so much better than you." And then someone who has a rescue looks at someone with a purebred and goes, "Look at me, I'm so much better than you." And from my experience with trying to get a grasp on, you know, this 1958 burst phenomena, which I've experienced for 30 plus years, I always get the impression, man, these guys that have these bursts, they think that somehow it's way better than anything in the world. And this kid right here in this video really demonstrates that, man. I mean, this kid's attitude is just ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous. I don't know who he is. I don't know why he's there. Apparently, he's some sort of uh, instrument restoration at Emerald. He's an instrument restoration guy. I guess he restores instruments. I don't think he plays guitar. But here, listen to what he says. It's so ridiculous. So smug.
Now, last week we featured a 1960 Gibson Sunburst Les.
This is the kid. So he's talking about his pick of the day. And he says, well, last week we featured a 1960 Les Paul.
Paul that had a headstock repair, and some people had a kind of gripe about that, like 200 grand for a broken neck Gibson.
So wait a minute, Tyler. Let me get this straight. You're selling a guitar for 200 grand with a broken headstock, a headstock that has been broken, and people are complaining about it? People are complaining about the price tag? How dare you people? How dare you? How dare you complain about a guitar for $200,000 that has a neck repair, a broken headstock that's been put back on the guitar, and you're complaining because it's 200 grand? What's wrong with you? What is wrong? What's wrong with you people? You people, well, what's wrong with you? The guitar's only 200 grand and you're complaining? I put this guitar at 200 grand and you're complaining? I mean, come on, man. Yeah, Tyler, believe it or not, people somehow think that they can get a guitar that's good without a broken headstock for less than 200K, dude. I know it's crazy. I know that they're people are probably dumb as hell, but they actually think they can get a good guitar for less than 200 grand that hasn't had a broken headstock. So go figure, Tyler. Go figure.
So this week for my pick of the day,
And then he's like, okay. Well, you didn't like the one with the broken headstock. Well, hey, don't worry about it. I got one. I got one that doesn't have a broken headstock.
so this week for my pick of the day, I found.
And guess how much this one is? So you thought 200 grand was a lot to pay for a guitar? This one's $310,000. 1960 Gibson Les Paul Standard Johnny Fever Burst, 310. Oh, it's on sale. But this is on the Wayback Machine where I got a capture of it. It was originally 320. They knocked it down 10,000 to $310,000. So anyway, he goes and he once again spouts off some more burst lies. Here we go. Here we go.
With the first year of the SG body style, but definitely slimmer compared to the earlier 59 profile.
So he's talking about the neck, okay? And he says, well, the neck on this one's kind of slim, but it's not as
slimmer compared to the earlier 59 profile.
It's a lot slimmer than the earlier 59 profile. This is a mistake. This is a mistruth, a misunderstanding, a misstatement, or a blatant lie that people just don't get. There is no 59 neck profile. There is no standard 1959 neck in 1959. Now, in the modern day, like Gibson puts out like a 60s neck, which means it's slimmer. So they may have a exact measurement for a 60s neck now. And Gibson may have a 59 neck, meaning it's this wide exactly. Now Gibson may do that right now, but not in 1959. In 1959, a guy named Tom Whitrock, who's collected a ton of these guitars, has said on camera, there is no standard 59 neck. It's a, he said misunderstanding or something, but it's a lie, okay? He said that 59 necks are sometimes thinner, sometimes fatter, sometimes wider, sometimes baseball bat, sometimes shaved down. There's no profile for a and the shave down came later, but just they could be thinner, they could be fatter, they could be bigger, they could be baseball batish. There is no 59 neck profile. But Tyler here, you know, he wants to sell you a $320,000 guitar. You know, since you're complaining about that $200,000 one with broken headstock, let me show you a guitar you want to buy, huh? 320 grand. It's just ridiculous. Oh, let me see the uneven frets. I have an uneven fret. Look at the workmanship on this guitar. And these are the best guitars in the world, guys. These are the best guitars in the world. See, this is another thing is when I was talking about
is in the 0-7500 range of
when I was talking about people that say this is the greatest guitar ever, and that no other guitar has ever been made even close to this. Right? I was reading on a Les Paul forum, a guy wrote, yeah, the new a true historic by Gibson. Right? He has a true historic, which literally they go and they analyze the plastic on a chemical level, and they recreate the microchemicals in the plastic exactly to be just like the 59. It's called a true historic. Okay. And this guy's writing, yeah, I got a true historic and blah, 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 blah. But it's nothing like the real thing. So once again, an exact replica where they go through and figure out the exact chemical combination of the plastic to remake it is nothing like a real burst. This is the delusion that this thing is so much better. And that's what Tyler's building his whole reputation on. He's holding the greatest guitar in the world. He's holding a guitar that you could never have. He's holding a guitar that you could never match up to with any guitar you have, unless you have something like this. And that's what I was saying when I started the video. There's people that somehow think that because they have this guitar, they're better than somebody who doesn't have a guitar like this. Anyway, look at the fret job. Look at it's and this guitar is $310,000. It's on sale. Look at it. It's sunk in. It's uneven. I wonder if I can get that line. See, it's uneven. Look, this side's higher than this side. So whoever cut this did look, they cut this side kind of curved, this side kind of straight. It's stuck in there. It's folding over right here. Is a gap right there. Look at this. Look at how horrible this is cut. This fret thing, fret marker. It's cut horribly. Look, it's jagged. It's buckling here. $310,000 on sale, man. Best guitar in the world. So the best guitar in the world. Got frets, got fret markers like this. See what else I got here. This is the worst. This is the worst part of the whole thing, man. This is the part that is literally the worst part of the whole thing. He starts talking about the nut. Okay. And you would not believe what this kid says about this nut. And this shows you the attitude I'm talking about. This shows you the attitude of, oh, it's a burst and it's so much better than any other guitar ever made, which is a lie, by the way. There have been literally millions of guitars made as well as this. Not just 100,000, not just 200,000, not just 500,000, millions. Okay. So listen.
Original plastic nut. People tend to get really bent out of shape about nut material.
So he's talking about the guitar having the original plastic nut, and they show it.
This also has the original plastic nut. People tend to get really bent out of shape about nut material.
People tend to get bent out of shape about nut material. The material that the piece at the very top of the headstock is made out of. Listen to this.
They're very picky. They need bone, or they think Corian sounds better, or Tusk, or whatever.
Or Tusk, or whatever. I think Corian. Oh, they're just bent out of shape about this. So if I show, and this guy's a restorer. I guess he's a repairer. I don't know what he is. Restores a guitar. I don't know. Repairs them. I don't know. So I show up with my Fender guitar, my Gibson guitar, whatever, doesn't matter. My Martin, whatever. And I go, it's interesting because I would like to have a bone nut put on my guitar. I think I like the sound of a bone better. So can you guys put a bone nut on my guitar? I'm bent out of shape. So if I show up to his shop, hopefully this guy never deals with the public. Because if I talk to this guy for 1 minute, I'd be like, dude, I'm out. Bye. I'll take it somewhere else, bro. Don't touch my guitar. Like, there's no way you're working on my guitar, bro. Sorry. Bye. Yeah, you show up at a shop with, let's just say your 2020 Fender, and it has Corian on it. You go, you know what? The nuts, it's kind of sticking up there. It doesn't really suit me that well. It doesn't seem to be staying in tune. Can we change that out for a Tusk nut? I'm bent out of shape. I'm bent out of shape. So if I go, my uncle had a guitar that had a brass nut on it. It had a certain ring to it that I really enjoyed. Can you change out this Tusk nut for a brass nut? Can you do that for me? I'm bent out of shape. I'm bent out of shape. For merely suggesting that I might want the nut on my guitar made out of a certain material, I'm bent out of shape. I mean, who is this guy? Ridiculous. But wait, it gets better. It gets even better. So if you just want any kind of material on your guitar other than what was stock given to you from the factory, you're bent out of shape.
They're very picky. They need bone, or they think Corian sounds better, or Tusk, or whatever. This is just nylon 6.6. It's literally the same stuff your kids' swim trunks are made out of.
So the Gibson nut is just nylon. So you guys, whatever you're talking about, bone, corian, whatever advance they've made, which bone may actually obviously predate nylon, right? Uh, whatever advance you've made with the tusk or whatever, yeah, yeah, these were made out of nylon. Those pesky advancements, no, that pesky technology and science, no, 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 no. The greatest guitar ever made was just had nylon in it, man. It's the greatest guitar ever made. Nobody's ever made a greater guitar than this.
The same stuff your kids' swim trunks are made out of. It's normal nylon, and somehow they manage to sound good.
And somehow they managed to sound good. See what I mean? This is called quote unquote a humble brag. This is a humble brag where you have a Lamborghini in the driveway and you go, yeah, my car's kind of fast. No, it's yeah, it's kind of fast. Yeah, yeah, I have a kind of fast car. Yeah, you got a Lamborghini out there. Oh, but you're so humble. You can't go. Oh yeah, it'll blow the doors off of your car, dude. You go. I mean, yeah, it can get up. Sure. Oh, these guitars manage to sound good. Oh, they manage to sound. Oh, a 1959, 1960 Les Paul managed to sound good in the golden era. The best guitar ever made just managed to sound good with nylon. Huh, what's your problem, dude? Like, is this, and look at the smug looking. Look at the smug. You ever heard the word smug? This is literally the photo definition of smug.
It's normal nylon, and somehow they manage to sound good. So
Here it comes. There you go. This is smug. He's laughing at you because you want a tusk nut on your guitar. God knows why, because you're bent out of shape, and because a Gibson 1960, the best guitar ever made, managed to just sound good with nylon. So you're a moron. You're an idiot. You're dumb. You're way beneath the simplicity of a 1960. You're way beneath. You're not even anywhere near in the ballpark of what this is. They just managed to sound good with a nylon nut. And then he gets this look. Come on, man.
not a big deal.
And then he just dismisses any idea you have about the nut material on your guitar. Just not a big deal, dude. It's you wanting tusk on your guitar, or you wanting corian, or you wanting bone, or you wanting brass. It just no, it's not a big deal, dude. What you're saying doesn't matter because in 1960 Gibson used nylon and they just managed to sound good. Somehow, 1960 managed to sound good with just nylon, so you're a moron. You're an idiot. I mean, the nerve of these people. By the way, Tyler, Stevie Ray Vaughan on his Fender, he didn't even play a Gibson, but on his Fender, he preferred a bone nut. Okay, so are you just going to tell Stevie Ray Vaughan it's no big deal, dude? We'll just put whatever we want on you. We'll just put whatever we want. It'll suffice. It's good. They use nylon, but you don't have to worry about that. You can tell one of the greatest guitar players of all time that bone nut. You're just no, that's dumb. Tyler doesn't even play guitar, dude. Oh, and by the way, this guitar sounds like garbage. Nylon nut or otherwise, this guitar sounds like garbage. Okay. I wouldn't give you $3,000 for this guitar. No, hold on a second. I would as an investment. If someone said, hey, I'm doing a massive fire sale. Here's a $350,000 guitar for $3,000. Anything for $350,000 is $3,000. You're probably going to buy, right? But if it was on the shelf, which is another thing, he says here. Hold on a second. 513. No, 305. He says if you saw this on a wall next to a reissue, you couldn't tell the difference.
times and mistake it for a pretty thing. I mean, you can walk past this guitar on the wall 100 times and mistake it for a pretty clean reissue.
So what he's saying there is the reissue is so good. Reissues are so good in the modern day that you can't tell the reissue from the 59. So now to answer me this, Tyler, if a reissue is made just as good and or better than a 1959 and it reissues what, $3 grand, $6 grand, $9 grand, why would I pay $310,000 for your guitar that has a plastic nut on it? Why would I pay $310,000 for your guitar, Tyler? I wouldn't. I would never pay three. I know I don't want to say never. If I hit the lottery, made a couple $1 million, maybe I would. I don't know. Maybe I would buy one just for fun and then paint it black. Okay, so then we get to the guy plays it. Okay. Um, Here we go. So now you get to hear what you get for $310,000 right here. Here we go. Sounds like garbage. I could probably go to Guitar Center right now and pull an Epiphone off the wall that sounds this good, man. Not even a Gibson, not even a Gibson, an Epiphone Les Paul in it would probably sound this good, man. I didn't even do a sound comparison with me playing it because it sounds so bad. Like there was no reason to even do a sound comparison to say, oh, look, this guitar sounds as good as that guitar because this guitar sounds like garbage. So I did not do a sound comparison because I'm not comparing, a guitar to a guitar that already sounds like garbage. In my sound comparisons, I'm showing you, look, I can make the sound of a really good sounding 59 Les Paul. Look, here it is. I don't have to compare my guitar with this guitar because this guitar sounds like garbage. Oh, so anyway, we have Mr. Smug, Tyler, selling a $300,000 guitar at Emerald City, $310,000. It probably sold, by the way. So somebody is probably out there with a $310,000 guitar that literally sounds like garbage.